All right, P, I understand you from LA and you just left a team with three other players from LA, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook. And we know this had to be a hard decision leaving your boys and everything, but we know it's a business out here. So at the end of the day, you had to do this for your family. So I want to know, what was the negotiations like with the Clippers to before and whatever through the discussion to let you know that, hey, I'm leaving y'all and I'm going to Philly.
Yeah. Just to put it out there, like, I never wanted to leave LA, right? Initially, I was not trying to leave LA. LA is home. This is where I wanted to finish at. I wanted to work as hard as possible to win one in LA. Like, that was the goal, to be here and be committed to LA. As it played out, though, like, the first initial deal was, I thought, kind of disrespectful, right? And again, in all of this, no hard feelings, no love lost, no, like, it's a business, like you said. So the first initial deal was like 2 years, 60. So I'm like, whoa. 2 years, 60?
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
That's great.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'm like,
wow.
No, I'm not signing that. Like, now we're getting into the negotiating. Like, I'm not taking that deal. And so they they saying this, that, like, we want you and Kawhi here long term. Like, we want y'all to be here, all of this stuff, right? So then, as we're continuing to negotiate as the season goes on, and mind you, this was started before the season started. So this was kind of like, I could be wrong on actual timing, but this was maybe like October-ish, when negotiations first started, and it was 260. And as we kept going, it was like, they would go up, inches, to where it was like 44, 45, right? But this was like a couple months in between before we got it to 40-something. So I'm still like, nah, I'm not doing that. Then I hear wind of, like, what they're going to give Kawhi. So I'm like, just give me what Kawhi got. Like,
right.
Y'all view us the same. Like, we came here together. We want to finish this shit together. I'll take what Kawhi got. Like, no
cool
problem. I was cool with that. Like,
wow.
And we were still taking less. We were taking less. Wow. Kawhi took less. I was like, if Kawhi gonna take less, I'm not gonna say I want more than Kawhi. Like, I'm not gonna, like, it's not about me being paid more than him. Like, I'm gonna take what he got. Y'all give him that, give me that. They didn't want to do that. So this was before the All-Star break. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want, like, let's not even have no more conversations. Like, let's just play this year out. Cause it was starting to get into like my mood. Now I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to have that energy carry over into the team.
On the court.
So, cause I could see it starting to bleed a little bit into the team, where I was just like disconnected. I didn't want to fuck with nobody. Like, I was kind of just, kind of to myself a little bit. So I was like, man, let's just let this shit play out. Let me get to the end of this year, and we'll discuss this again. We'll pick up, conversations again. So we do that, right? Season in, I finished healthy. 74 games played.
Yep,
and had one of my most efficient seasons. So now we go into negotiations. Now they bring it to 3 years.
Where we at?
150. So basically around what they gave Kawhi. So a part of me was still like, all right, that's cool. It sucks that it had to get to this point, like, that we couldn't get this figured out a lot sooner, but
way early, right?
Now we at the end of the year, 3 years, 150. So I'm like, all right, like, now we're in a ballpark. You know what I mean? Now we can have conversation here. And again, it still wasn't about the money, because when I went back to have the negotiation at the end of the year, I presented the 150, no trade. Because in the meeting, they're like, we want you here long term. We want to you know, when you're retired, we want you to be a Clippers for a lifetime, like all of this stuff. We want you to be here. We want you to be a Clippers your whole career. So I'm like, cool. Give me the 3 years, 150, no trade then. Like no trade clause. Then I'm not like I'm taking less, but at least I know I'm here.
Mhm.
Like I'm committed to y'all. Like they didn't want to do the no trade.
Do that.
Wow.
So then now I'm like, all right, well then it only makes sense for me to do 4 years, 212. Right?
Yeah.
Like at least pay me my money. If y'all gonna trade me, then y'all gonna trade me. But at least like now I'm not in a situation where I could have got more had I just gone to free agency, then take this deal and then y'all could just ship me wherever I want. And then now I'm on this deal that I didn't want.
Right.
So they didn't want to do that. So then I was like, now I'm open to entertaining what's out there. And then, I mean, you know, through the negotiations, they wasn't budging. They weren't gonna budge. I wasn't gonna budge. I thought I played well enough for them to, you know, be like, you know what? He's a part of our future. Like, I thought I did that. I thought I earned that. You know, granted, we didn't win while I was there, but luck has a lot to do with that. You know, we couldn't remain healthy as a unit. But I thought I did enough to earn that.
To earn that money.
They didn't want to do it, so it was just a stalemate. We came to a stale, and ultimately it was like, all right, that ship has sailed. Like at that point, it was like, man, I love Steve, I love Lawrence, but at that point, it didn't even feel right to come back with that type of energy and be comfortable playing back in LA.
What did Steve say to you?
I mean, you know, it's taking his word. You know what I mean? In that situation, it's taking his word. Like, no, I don't want to trade you. That's not the reason I want to resign you. Which I get, you know, and I understand, and I don't know. Steve is a good dude. Like, you know, I love Steve as an owner, one of the best owners that I played for. But you know, it's a business. Like, I won't take nobody's word if they can't put it in writing.
Right. Yep. Can't take nobody's word if it ain't in writing. I like that.
Is it difficult, P, for players like yourself? Because as you mentioned all that, I'm curious. It is a business, but you're also treading that line where it can kind of feel like personal. How do you kind of navigate those conversations and remove that emotion kind of out of it? Like not taking it personally and understanding that it's business? Because I would guess that can be hard at times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah. No, I mean that's why I had to stop the negotiations during the season. Because it was personal. Like, that's how y'all view me. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like, in all of this, that's why it's no love lost, no hard feelings. Like, if that's how y'all view me, fine. That's cool. Now I gotta go somewhere else. It's nothing wrong with that. Like
you said, they say it's business. You say
it's business. Yeah,
too.
it's business. I gotta do what's best for me and my family. If that's how y'all view me and that's where my value is, then no hard feeling. Like, I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated at.
At the end of the day, who life is it?
It's business. Like, you know, I wasn't. I was torn a little bit because of the I don't know, just the history we had this past 5 years. Shit I was playing through, like injuries and stuff I was playing through. You know, I was everything I had. We had some good ups, we had some downs. But I thought, again, I thought I deserved more than, especially for the first initial contract. Like the first initial conversation.
It's hard to not take that personal, like,
bro.
That's I understand negotiations too. You know, it's a business. You gotta maybe start down here and we'll end up here. But that's a
pretty
low starting point to just throw that on the table and show your cards like that.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Right.
So
that was like that part you can't never like overlook. Like that's really how y'all felt. And so that kind of just was like, you know what else is out there? But it was tough, bro. It was tough conversations.
I can't imagine.
It was tough conversation. That's why it was so stressful. Like this whole week and a half was a very stressful week and a half.
I wish we could have helped negotiate when he was here. I would have just been like, Steve, this is what you need to do.
We should have brought our own
First
contract.
of all, put us involved. And then after that, I'm going to tell you,
it was a great selling though. Like, I went and saw the Intuit Dome. Like,
Yeah.
They walked me through everything, how it's gonna look, and Intuit is damn near done. So it was cool to see it kind of firsthand. Everything, the facility, the building is crazy.
I went from Laker to Clipper.
We in Philly?
That's now I'm Philly.
Good.
I mean,
hey.
But I'm embracing the new change. I love the new change. This episode is sponsored by Coinbase. Coinbase is the best and easiest place to get started with crypto.
Coinbase is the most trusted, only publicly traded crypto exchange. And honestly, the best way to get started learning about crypto is simply to try it.
That's all I did. It's easy to buy a little crypto and get started investing with as little as $20. It's also a great place to learn about crypto. Get the latest crypto news directly.
You might have heard of Bitcoin, which was the world's first cryptocurrency and still the most popular. But Coinbase has over 200 digital assets on its platform you can trade, including Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin, and many more.
Fans of this podcast get $20 in Bitcoin when you sign up and make a trade today using promo code PODCASTP at Coinbase.com/partner/PodcastP. Coinbase. Crypto moves money forward.